channels and stuff. Corey.
Yeah, yeah.
This is my friend Corey. This is
Hi, Corey.
Haaland.
I'm Al. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
We're just about to do an interview. And we've been doing interviews. I interviewed Jamie Davis a couple hours ago. Oh, he was a blast. Everybody's been so good. It has just been wonderful.
So what do you do?
Well, don't I look old enough to be retired? Because I am.
Oh, okay.
Right now, I volunteer to drive the White Rock Seniors bus. But I flew for a living. I flew in the Arctic and I flew all over Canada, Mexico, U.S. Yeah.
So that's why we have him on the show, because you've got fascinating story. We were talking about the ice truckers, and Alan said that a lot of these trucks, they end up driving up north in Alaska.
Oh yeah.
On the
Well,
ice
well, not Alaska, but Northwest Territories and the Yukon to the diamond mines.
Wow. And so tell me about your flying experiences. What happened there? What got you into flying, and where did you fly? What is the most interesting place you've flown?
Oh. I should start from the beginning.
Sure, please do.
Are we being taped?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. I joined the RCMP in 1964 to be a policeman. I took flying lessons when I was 16. Promptly ran out of money, and then after high school, I joined the RCMP at 20. I did a few jobs in between at the Harmac pulp mill in Nanaimo, and then. But I didn't know the RCMP had an air division at the time. Excuse me. And
do they still do?
Oh yeah. Excuse me. And yes, thank you. I found out I was stationed in Niagara Falls, and I found out that the RCMP had an air division, and I had an interest in airplanes, and so the guys in the air division said, "Why don't you get your commercial license and apply to fly for us?" So I did, and got my commercial license, and then I applied for air division and got in 1971 into the air division, and went to Ottawa for a couple of years for training on bush planes.
Oh, like the Beaver?
Yeah, beavers and single otters and beavers on floats and skis and wheels, and then I got transferred to Yellowknife in 1973.
Wow.
And to fly a single otter on amphibious gear in the summer and skis and wheels in the winter, and a twin otter, which is a 22-passenger airplane made by de Havilland.
Really?
And the RCMP bought 5 of them in the early 70s, and I got to fly one. And so I stayed up there in Yellowknife for 5 years. And today, when we're at the truck show, and the truckers are talking about driving on the ice roads, and we got talking about landing airplanes on the ice. And of course, I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times.
Must be tricky.
Well, it wasn't really. They're not much different than a runway, and a twin otter has reversible propellers, so you didn't really need brakes. You can stop it and reverse the propellers, and
you're kidding.
Yeah, and you can get stopped pretty fast.
So it happens in the cone?
Yes, it happens. The propellers change pitch. Instead of pulling the airplane forward, you change pitch, and it drags the air from the back and throws it forward.
How many people know that? Very few.
The pilots know it.
Yeah, pilots know it, but very few
no.
people.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. So when you land on an ice road, how long of a strip do you need?
Well, with a twin otter, you didn't need very much. Twin otters were known as STOL, S-T-O-L, which stood for short takeoff and landing. And you could land on one 1,000 feet. But most of the ice strips were much, much longer than that, because they landed bigger airplanes on them. I've seen 707s in the old days on ice, 10,000 feet long. And yeah. And anyway, we did that for many years. And
what were you hauling?
Well, there's no roads, so everything in the Arctic was done by air, including police work. And so we hauled members, and we hauled freight and groceries and all the equipment that a detachment would need in the far north. And we hauled the members' families in and out for medicals, but everything was done by air, including the nursing station and the schools. And everything. So.